Wait. War lames! What's good, guys? Your boy Good Savage back again. You know what time it is? Savage Talks Wrestling. First of all, talk to me. Is the audio good and all that business? Because let me just cook up Survivor Series and get out of here, bro. I'll do a separate video later on as well. Pre-record. The pre-records are running all week, so I thought I'd drop a stream at the beginning of the week so the man don't get all hurt about, oh yeah, Savage, why didn't you do a pre-record, brother? Sometimes I need notes. Sometimes I need bullet points. Yeah. Sometimes I need a list right because there's shit to talk about. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's good. On this Monday evening, shall I say, afternoon, depending on where you are. Alexander, I hear you, bro, and your family, but I can't lie. The PLE was bad to me, but I'm gonna tell you the reasons why, and then when you finished, obviously you can keep your opinion on if you think War Games was good or not. I will gladly hear everyone's opinion in the chat, whether you think War Games was good or not. But for me, if a PLE is under 7 out of 10, it's not good. I mean, literally, it's not good. Just the way I mark stuff. 5 out of 10 is average. 7 out of 10 is good. Everything after we can talk about excellent and great and legendary and all that stuff. But you know what I mean? 6 out of 10 is above average. So when I judge it on that scale, and I will take everyone's rating as well at the end, we can speak about it. But for me, this was poor on so many levels. We sat through the watch along. There was complaints in the watch along why we were doing certain things. There was, when I talk about what was good in the watch along, I mean, I tried to be impartial. Obviously, I'm going to watch it as a fan. I'm also watching it as a critic, but that doesn't mean I'm nitpicking. I just see the details what are there. Big up to everyone in the chat again. So I will just preface it, not because I care enough, but I'll just say, if you think that it's too harsh, well, then you might be new to wrestling, because we are embarking on, well, that was the last PLE of the year. We got Saturday Night Main Event, but that was the last PLE of the year. And going into 2026, and the fact that we started with the Royal Rumble this year, it hasn't been good, man. I mean, I would say up until now, and I think I said this in the watch along as well. Elimination Chamber, Women's Evolution, and maybe SummerSlam one of the days, or was it Crown Jewel Perth? If I'm correct, I could be wrong. Was Crown Jewel Perth the one that was not long ago? It was pretty decent. I think it was pretty decent, but I could be wrong. You'd have to remember, enlighten me on what matches happened there. But SummerSlam, for some reason, I feel like SummerSlam wasn't as bad, but that was Gunther versus Punk, wasn't it? Oh, no. I didn't like SummerSlam, actually. Everyone gassed up SummerSlam because of Seth and it, with the cash in and all that stuff. I liked John Cena versus Cody at SummerSlam, is what I liked. So let's get into it. We kicked off the show with the match I said we would kick off the show with, which was the women's Survivor Series War Games, a match comprised of the babyface team of Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and one AJ Lee. Heel team comprised of Lash Legend, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and the Kabukis. This match build-up was not good. I mean, to be fair to the ladies, the build-up was exactly the same as the men's, which was maybe one feud within it, a few arguments, a few brawls, some randoms, and tag teams. Well, we went over this in the preview already. I brought something to your attention that the women's war game match comprised of Lash Legend and Nia Jax, who were a tag team, Kabuki Warriors, who were a tag team, Charlotte and Alexa, who were a tag team, Rhea and Io, who were a tag team, and then it just left AJ and Becky. AJ and Becky would have been smart to have them to feud within this whole thing, which I'm not mad at if they had booked it correctly prior to this match. Because prior to this match, they had a mixed match with Seth and Becky versus CM Punk and AJ Lee at WrestlePalooza, which is in September, which is the last time we saw AJ Lee leading up to this thing we said the week before. She's been off TV the whole time, no build. And that the build up to WrestlePalooza was better than the build up to War Games. And in that build up, we saw AJ Lee and Becky go head to head with certain things, and Seth and Punk go head to head. We saw AJ Lee make a almost an advancement to, I want this Intercontinental title. The way she held the belt, she picked up the belt after Becky left in the ring. Should have liked this. This would look good on me. So it led us to believe that we're going to build to Becky versus AJ Lee. Somehow, no disrespect to her, because I see a load of people disrespecting Maxine Dupree on the internet, and there's not a reason to disrespect her just because she won the title. She didn't ask to win the title. Somebody put her in that position to win it. She won it. So I don't understand why she's getting the flack for it. But she did beat Becky with a regular crossbody on a regular Monday Night Raw at Madison Square Garden. And once that title left, I don't understand why people believe that they couldn't have Becky Lynch still be the champion going into War Games. Because, as we both know, as we all know, should I say, CM Punk is the champion, Cody Rhodes is the champion, and they're all in the match. So what difference does it make? It doesn't make any difference. Maxine Dupree wasn't on the card anyway, so you could have kept the title the way it was. Maxine Dupree wasn't on the card. Chelsea Green wasn't on the card. Jay Cargill wasn't on the card. The tag team champions wasn't on the card. So what difference does it make whether the champion is in the War Games match or not in the War Games match, especially when you've built a War Games match with no story leading into it? So, like I said, trash. What do we have in there? Okay, so let's take Alexa and Charlotte lost their titles to the Kabuki Warriors. Okay, so that's the connection. Nia Jax got a partner in Lash Legend 3 weeks ago, and she's already in this War Games match. But they wasn't a tag team before that. So why do you have beef with this crew to be in this match? There is no reason. There is no reason. Because if that's the case, we could have Tiffany Stratton in this match, Jay Cargill in this match. We could have keep going. Okay. You have Io and Rhea who have this weird relationship. It's weird. There's not a reason for it other than, I'm being deadly serious. We've all been to school. Some people have been to college and stuff. And you know when there's just friends that you take a liking to. So when the teachers ask you to put yourself in a group, you just pick that person. Or when you're going on a school trip, you pick that person. That's what it feels like with Rhea and Io. It feels like they've got intrigue in what people are doing in their personal lives and that. So let's stick together on screen. But I'm not the biggest fan of Rhea Ripley, but objectively, I can say that she is, if not the biggest. I don't know about crossover wise in terms of superstardom, because we haven't seen her on like Jimmy Fallon and all that stuff. But in WWE, in pro wrestling, she's the biggest. She's the biggest woman's name, I reckon. We're not talking about Trish and all that. I'm talking about the current roster. She's the name. Now, obviously, Charlotte's a Flair, so we know that. But I'm talking about just, you seen the reaction she gets. You saw the reaction too when she came out to the ring. People love Rhea Ripley. We know it's not all based on wrestling, it's other stuff, but I'm not mad at her for people fancying her, wanted to lick her sweat and drink her bathwater. That's not her fault. But that is the truth of the matter. All the simps like her, the goths like her, the rockers like her. She's very liked, and then the hip-hop stars like her, the skateboarders like her. She's very liked in it. But to put her with Io, who's also very liked in her own niche of being one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers, which I don't think so, but she's very good, but she's not one of the greatest to me. You put pairing them together doesn't make any sense. Just like pairing Alexa and Charlotte doesn't make any sense, but at least they're a tag team. Then we go to the heel team. Obviously, Nia and Lash Legend, we just went over Becky and AJ, and then the Kabuki Warriors, which I don't know, man. Asuka's a big star in wrestling, and her star has dwindled every year since she's been in the company. Then she had a very long period off, and she came back after like 10 months or something like that. And she's not, apart from the Mist. How, like, now when you think of Asuka, you associate it with the Mist. So you're treating her like Tajiri? She's a bigger star than that. So that's why the War Game match stopped before it even started. Now let's talk about the actual match. The match wasn't good. The match wasn't good. The beginning of it was decent between Charlotte and Oscar. Bit of technical wrestling there. I like that. Slow pacing. But there wasn't much to this match. There wasn't much to this match at all. Rhea Ripley jumped into the match later on. She had the whole the Terrifier mask on and that. Oh, it's over. It's over. It's overkill sometimes. But okay, she's in the match. What big spot? Like when I say big spots, it doesn't have to be a death-defying spot. But what big spots are in this match? I think Lash Legend was very good. They showcased her to be a powerhouse. They didn't make her look weak for losing this match. But the rest of them, I seen sloppy movements from Io, from Rhea, from Nia, Becky. To be fair to Becky, I will say in-ring storytelling, she was the one who was the most expressive in the way she was in the match. But this, as you're not tripping that this whole match ended up being towards the end. Obviously, we had the traditional Io Sky off the top of the cell. It's boring now. She got a trash can with her name on it. There's a trash lid with her name on it. The fact that she did it, hit 2 people, but 4 people fell on the floor, and it was just all cheap. The cameraman wasn't. I will say the cameraman in War Games wasn't very good. He was picking up on stuff that we're not supposed to see. These little weak punches, them talking. It was too much. And that's not because I'm some smart Mark who thinks he knows better than the business. No, I literally just have Netflix on. I had my volume on halfway so it didn't come through my stream the whole time, and I could still see everything. So it was sloppy at parts, man. As I said, I thought Lash Legend looked really good. I think Triple H referred to it after the match as well about Lash Legend looking good. I agree with him. She did. Obviously, the only thing that didn't benefit Lash Legend is the fact that people don't know who she is. But if they had done this match correctly, that would have put her on the map because she was very good in the match. The way she got taken out and let the other team win was she got hit with the mist, because Charlotte had saved Rhea, I think. She pushed her out of the way. Lash Legend got hit with the mist. So then, she was down. Then Nia was trying to check on Lash Legend. And then Becky ended up in the left-sided War Games ring on her own, surrounded by all of the ladies, which sequentially they all gave her a finishing move. And yeah, we had to finish off with AJ Lee dropping the finishing move on the Black Widow and that, and making Becky tap out for the second time to AJ in 2 months. I'm not even the biggest fan of Becky, but honestly, where do you go with Becky from here? She lost at WrestlePalooza. She lost her title to Maxine Dupree. She also lost to Maxine Dupree the week before that, by the way. So that's how Maxine got the title shot. So within 2-3 months, she's lost to AJ twice and lost to Maxine Dupree twice. So I don't know where you go with that, but she got caned anyway. It didn't make sense to me why the whole team of the babyfaces wanted to take out Becky when Charlotte and Becky's had their long-standing feud, which is fine. But everyone, there was no need for it. There was no need for it at all. Also, one thing I want to say. I don't want to diss it and that, but you know Alexa Bliss's Sister Abigail DDT. I like it. But is it me, or does she take way too long? Like, it doesn't look believable that she can hold you there for that long. When she first grabs you, she's got you there for a while. And I'm like, yo, like, you didn't do it. You didn't do enough before this move for this person to look that weak. So it's just a question. Yeah, it just wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. Yeah, exactly. Becky randomly screaming at Charlotte. Certain things weren't done properly. The moment where Charlotte pushed Rhea out the way, Oscar took. I think it was Oscar. She took way too long in it. So if you watch it back, it felt like you wouldn't have noticed if Oscar and Rhea moved quick enough, but it felt like Charlotte pulled Rhea into place to push her out the way because she would have missed the spot, which you could argue it, but then obviously the mist would have gone somewhere else completely. But it did feel like that when she saved her. The spot with the trash can, I can't be tripping on this. And I was watching in the watch along, so I'm trying to focus on you guys, the screen, talking to you, the other monitor. Did you guys see that when Io put the trash can on her head, she literally organized where the women should go? Like, she literally was pulling on her head. She's like, you go there in the middle. and then did the move. I'm like, yo, the whole team you're trying to take out. Why would the heels listen to you? It doesn't make any sense. But that was the end of that War Games match. It was honestly might be the worst women's War Game match I've seen. There was that other one before when they were all botching stuff. I think Nia was in that one as well. Bailey was in it and all that stuff. Oh yeah, it was the one with Bailey and Rhea and all that on the same team. I think this one might be worse, to be honest. It was just bad. It was just bad. But Alexander, so would you do a video comparing NXT main roster? I've said it many times. NXT been a better show for WWE. Yeah, I can try and throw a video together. I mean, I don't know if everyone would agree with you, but that's probably because they don't watch NXT. Obviously, the main roster has the star power, so it's going to be very hard to if you're comparing the roster itself. Obviously, the main roster is going to win simply because they've got two shows on it. They've got SmackDown and Raw, so you can, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I love NXT, but if you just take the men that are in that War Games match, that roster is going to be better than the NXT roster just on name, and if that makes any sense, because one team literally had Cody, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns in it, and Jay and Jimmy. Other team had flipping Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre, so instantly the NXT roster doesn't have enough people to compete when it comes roster for roster. But I get if you take the top guy here, if that's what you want me to do, take the top 5 here and then all the champions and put them together, then I can do that, I guess. Because then it's like, is Ricky Starks better than Cody Rhodes or CM Punk? Do you know what I mean? Is Obafemi better than Brock Lesnar? That kind of thing. Then it's kind of up in the air. So I'll see if I can put it together. If I can, then obviously I'll let you know and credit you in that video. But I can just see it falling flat simply just because of the sheer numbers of the main roster. But it'd be interesting. I think AEW's got the better show, to be honest, but overall they don't. I think that's the biggest thing. I think overall they don't have the better show, AEW, but that's because of the way it's filmed and certain things, and the production team on WWE is miles better than anyone in the world, really. But when it comes for them, yeah, Tony Khan on War Games being 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think Tony Khan would have put about 10 matches in that time. I'm telling you, bro. Now, I said Tony Khan speaking the other day, and he said that the reason why AEW's pay-per-views are so long is because it has to be, because they've got minimum 4 hours with the network, which doesn't make sense why it makes 5-hour pay-per-views, but yeah, we get it. Okay, pay-per-views, developmental level, and where we're getting the main. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll try to do that one. Moving on from there, we went into the John Cena versus Dom Mysterio. For me, this is the best match of the night by far. Sad though, because realistically, this match was almost identical to the match they had in Madison Square Garden on Raw. Different interferences in that, but I like the pacing of this match. I like Dom. I think Dom's good. I think he's got work to do, but he's going in the right direction. Some people think that the cheating and stuff's overkill for Dom, but I'm like, that's his whole character, bro. Like, he's doing what Eddie would have done. That is just what it is. So, and people are like, Eddie didn't cheat all the time. No, he didn't cheat all the time, but there was a period when he was with Chavo when literally his theme song is "I Lie, I Cheat, I Steal." Their whole everything was, even the difference with Dom is they're not doing backstage segments with him, doing all of those stuff. So Eddie Guerrero would be robbing someone's wallet backstage or pranking someone or something, whereas Dom, they have him like a bit of a weasel backstage with the Judgment Day, and then when he gets into the ring, everything changes a little bit. So, but the match was good, and obviously in the prediction show, I predicted that Dom would win the match. I thought it was the right idea, probably the wrong time, but you have to already. I've already accepted that they messed up the John Cena tour. So at this point, I'm like, do you try and fix the John Cena tour, or do you try and fix Dominic? And I'm like, well, John Cena's legacy cemented. Dom's isn't. You try and build up Dom, and subsequently, you would say that John Cena kind of has put Dom over even more, which I'm sure John Cena in real life would have wanted to do, being friends with Rey Mysterio and knowing Dominic since he was like 8 years old. But the only thing that gets me is you could have done this in the tournament. You could have, the way this has gone, you could have probably had Dom Mysterio win the tournament, to be honest. But we're not going to do that. John Cena, as I told you guys, if he kept the title, means he's only got one match left, which means whoever wins the tournament would have won the title, and then the tournament would have became about the title and not John Cena, which is why he didn't have the WWE title going into the tournament either. So I understand that they had to take it back off him. But what you didn't need to do, WWE, to make it better is you didn't need to give it to John in the first place. You did not need to give John Cena the Intercontinental title. No fan that I know, and when I mean not one fan, not none of you guys, none of the ones that interact with me online, not one person before John Cena beat Dom said John Cena needs to win the Intercontinental title because he's not a Grand Slam champion. But WWE just took it upon themselves to go, oh yeah, we need to do this. I don't know. I don't know about that. But the match was good. We had all of these little lying and cheating, stealing moments in the match. I think at one point we had Dom. John Cena got him in the STF, so the next time he was like, you know what, I'm gonna unzip my boot, and when he tries it next time, he's gonna pull my shoe off. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. He did that. It didn't work. We had a part where he suicide dived to John, but John power bombs him on the outside. Thinks he's hit his shoulder. Everyone in the stream was panicking and that. I told everyone in the stream he's lying, but to be fair, he sold the shit out of it. Referee comes to check on his shoulder. John Cena's in there. Raquel and Roxanne get in the ring to harder bomb, pop rocks. I have to say this, and I know it's bad. If I have to choose between like Raquel and Roxanne being ringside, or Finn Balor and JD being ringside, I don't know what it is, but they look way better being, and it's different. It's something different. You're not used to having two women on the outside there to interfere and defend the title on one team. Now, obviously, it would be better if it was the WWE title and not the Intercontinental title. But I did like it. I did like it. They look great as well. I have to say that. Raquel and Roxanne, they look great. Liv Morgan's back now, so Raw's going to be. I don't even want to say the words Raw's going to be interesting, but I'm intrigued to see what happens because simply when Liv Morgan left, she didn't like Roxanne and she didn't want her a part of the Judgment Day. And Finn Balor's the one who brought her in to cause havoc between Liv and Dom. So since then, the Judgment Day's seemingly got stronger. Liv Morgan's back now, but no one has a title. The Raquel and Roxanne don't have a title. Liv doesn't have the WWE title, so the arguments aren't really there. But I'm sure they'll come in the end. Sometimes I'm like, drop the storyline now because the whole time Liv Morgan's been gone, Roxanne literally hasn't been. I mean, yes, she literally hasn't tried to be Liv. She hasn't tried to fit in Liv's boot. She hasn't tried to be the leader of the Judgment Day. She's just been Raquel's friend. So WWE, if you're gonna think of a story between Liv coming back and the rest of the Judgment Day, use Raquel. Do not use Roxanne Perez. Use Raquel to the point where Liv starts speaking down to Raquel, treating her like she's just a big bodyguard idiot. And then obviously you have the usual. Raquel's had enough. She becomes a babyface because the fans love her, and then she can go for fighting Liv in a one-on-one, maybe knocking Liv out the Royal Rumble and making it to WrestleMania. I think it's time to let's put a bit of stock into Raquel now, man. I mean, she looks the part. She's got better because she wasn't that good before, but she looks the part. She's got better. Looks like her skin condition's gone or handled now, so she's around a lot more, which is nice and good for her. But yeah, let's do that. But yeah, Dom faked the shoulder injury. Referee Chad comes out the ring, is facing the other way. They go in there to harder bomb, pop rocks. Then Dominic gets straight back up to hit John with the I think the frog splash or the 619 at the time, but John kicks out. Obviously, Dom's all shook. No, the referee stops counting. That's what happens. And then I didn't like this. This doesn't make any sense. What the ref didn't see that Raquel and Roxanne hit John Cena. So the ref's mad that Dom faked an injury. I'm just going to ask this question on it. If somebody gets powerbombed through the announce table and they're rolling around hurt and they just get back up and carry on with the match 10 seconds later, 8 seconds, because 10 will be a count out. The ref doesn't argue with them then, does he? Why was you rolling around in the table? You're not even hurt that much. I know there's going to be some rule like it's ref's discretion. Brother, the ref should have counted to 3. Dom had the match won. You didn't see him cheat. So all you're mad at is the fact that he was playing possum. Isn't that what people do in the ring anyway? They play possum and then roll you up. It didn't make no damn sense, man. It didn't make no damn sense, but that didn't help him out. Then we get John Cena going for the regular John Cena shoulder tackle and the 5-knuckle shuffle. Goes for the shoulder tackle. Dom moves out the way. He takes out the referee Chad. Both men are down. You're wondering where's the cheating coming from now? Is somebody going to get the title or something? And then you hear, "Watch me." Ding 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 ding. Liv Morgan returns, sporting the bad boy joggers, the bad boy Mysterio joggers, looking great, of course, because it's Liv Morgan. Big up Livermento. She makes a beeline to the ring. Dom and John Cena are back on their feet. Dom's looks shocked but happy to see her, and bit weird with the Dom thing anyway. But obviously, maybe I'm a scumbag because I knew what was happening. You like didn't. But the first part, you're like, okay, she looks pissed off with Dom, but as I said, nothing's happened between Dom and Roxanne the whole time. So what's she pissed about? But what I noticed, what everyone else in the watch along clearly didn't notice, is when she slapped Dom, she didn't hit him. Like I could see in the first. Now on a regular day, most people are going to be like, "Oh my god, she botched the slap," but it's not a botch if it was supposed to be fake anyway. So I was wondering, like, nah, she didn't hit him, and he just fell to the floor like that. Then she turns towards John Cena. She runs at John, jumps up on him, both legs. Oh my god, both legs around him. John's all shocked, can't believe. And then we see the facial expression change behind. Cameraman does a great job on the Titantron. Her eyes change. She jumps back off John, smiles in his face, kick to the balls. Dom, she kicks him in the balls, and he falls into the position for the 619. Dom hits him with the one-footed 619. She hits John Cena between the eyeballs with the title. Dom goes up for the frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Dom Mysterio with Liv Morgan on his arm is a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, and John Cena's left there looking like an idiot again. Now, what I will say is, I didn't mind the finish. I like the way they did it. For me, Dom had to win anyway, although I don't like the way they've treated John Cena. There's something I wanted to say on it, but I can't. I don't know. I think I'll leave that one there, man. Liv Morgan's return, which is a good thing. No point saving it to Royal Rumble because you still have Bianca Belair to come back as well, and those kind of returns. Can I say something? I think this might be a contradiction, and I could be wrong, and it's probably contradictory because I react to stuff as well. I'm not arguing at the way people react to stuff. I'm not arguing if people are screaming and stuff at the screen because clearly when I do my reactions, I'm in the moment, so it comes back, I'm shouting and all this stuff, and when I watch them back, I'm like, oh my god. But seriously, guys, seriously, the reactors who reacted to Liv Morgan returning, the men I'm talking about, by the way, stop it. The screaming was beyond out of hand, bro. Like she's not been gone that long, bro. People were reacting like she's been missing for 2 years. Same with Bianca. I don't want to see like when we were doing Crown Jewel Perth or whatever it was, and we had the WrestleMania showcase and I spoke about Royal Rumble. Rhea Ripley and Liv. Sorry, my bad, not Rhea. Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan, Charlotte, and a couple of the guys. They were all there with turkey a la shake. I saw it. I saw it. You remember the video when they all looked like they were dying? I think Undertaker and that was there as well. That was only 2 months ago. So why? I understand if you haven't seen her at all, but why were people pretending like they haven't seen Liv for 2 years straight? You literally saw her on the kickoff show thing the other day with the WrestleMania, but stop it. Stop it. It's embarrassing. You didn't scream like that for real, bro. Unbelievable stuff, man. I know we can get carried away on the internet with our reactions and stuff, man, but let's not lie. Let's not lie. Screaming about Liv Morgan returning. Big up Liv, though. For John Cena, they left him with that look on his face again. Oh, yeah, that's what it was with Liv Morgan. Shades of Elimination Chamber, which I liked. Because John Cena did the same thing. He hugged Cody and the eyes in the Titantron, and the cameraman caught that, and John Cena did the face. The Rock did and then the kick in the balls. It was very John Cena, which I liked. I like them kind of things in it because fans could put 2 and 2 together. Oh my god, she did the same. Yes, she did the same. So I thought that was pretty cool. Great for Dominic. It's looking good for him. He wins the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, Fatal 4-Way, I think it was, in a poor WrestleMania, but at least he wins. And he beat, I think he pinned Finn, if I'm correct. And then also his next defense, he beats John Cena. Now he's a AAA champion and Intercontinental champion. Everything's going in the right direction. We have to see what they do next, but yeah, be very interesting because the next thing is the Judgment Day eventually have to split up, but which side goes babyface and which side goes heel? You would assume that the side with Finn Balor and JD and Roxanne and Raquel are the heel side, and then Dom and Liv end up being baby faces, but could be the other way because there's more on the other side. So, John Cena, we went over it on the preview of how many matches he's lost all year, and I mean, apart from fighting Logan at like Clash in Paris or something, or he fought Sami Zayn. It was a no contest. Brock Lesnar beat them both up. He fought Brock Lesnar. He got squashed. He fights Dom. He wins the title. Then he fights Dom again and loses the title. And now he's got his final match. I'm just gonna go out and say, like, the way he's been treated, he has to win the last match now. Or that last match cannot be Gunter. Now, for me, because there's no young talent left in there, the youngest person left in the tournament was Solo and Gunter, I think. Well, Gunter's 36, Solo's like 31. For me, because the age thing doesn't matter at the moment, I think you go with. I know we did the booking the other day. I think you go with LA Knight to win the tournament. He needs it more than anyone else left. He needs it. He needs it. So I would do that. I would do that. Anyway, interesting. Moving on from there, we had the WWE Women's Championship. Stephanie Vaquia versus the one Bella number 2, Nikki Bella, who, first of all, entrances on point. Both women in this match look. I'm not talking about in the match. I'm talking about physically, aesthetically. They look great. They look great. And yeah, like sloppy looking wrestlers don't have an excuse when Nikki looks like that. And clearly Stephanie does her thing. She looks like that. It worked, and I like that. That Nikki, with the subtle differences, she's heel now. She toned down the red. She went from like bright red to like dark blood red. I like it. Lipstick changed from bright red to. I noticed these details, man, because I'm so into how things aesthetically look with WWE. Even the Jordans, the red had toned down. She didn't have the regular Jordan 1s on. So I liked it, man. I thought she done really, yeah, maroonish. I felt she done really good. I mean, it's. Let me just tell you, it's blood red, man. It's fashion in it, you know, like that. I know the code in that, but you get it. Yeah, you're right. But I liked it. I thought that was well done. Obviously, I had a problem with this match leading up to it because we had Stephanie Vaquia beat Raquel and then be attacked by Nikki Bella. Then we had Stephanie Vaquia come out at Madison Square Garden to talk to the crowd about what Nikki did, and then Nikki attacked her. And then the next time we've seen them together was now. That's it. That's the whole build. It wasn't good enough. And because we all assume that Stephanie has to win, she has to win. What do you do with Nikki next? Someone who's a part-timer means that we're probably just going to wait to see her in the Royal Rumble. I can't lie, like it's sad. It's actually sad because it's not that she needs a title, but can you book her in a proper story? Can she, like, could you finish her in this match in a way that she needs to have another match with Stephanie? But if you're going to turn up at the Royal Rumble, at this point, I need to see both Bellas. Otherwise, it doesn't even matter at the Royal Rumble. But the match itself was decent. Yeah, I didn't dislike it while I was watching the watch along. When I was watching it back to take some notes and stuff like that, it was decent. Like, it was decent. There was some good moments in there. They tried to do the technical thing. I think one thing I don't like is the punches, which I had a problem with all the way through the pay-per-view. Sorry to the ladies. I'm not being sexist, but it is mostly the ladies, although Braun Breaker and some of them, man, have terrible punches too. So it's not just you. But The forearms, man. The forearm punches, they're not that you have to. The best way I can explain it is Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in it. There's clearly with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, they are some of the best of friends outside of WWE. So it's almost like there's an agreement that I trust you, you trust me. I'm gonna hit you a little bit hard. I'm not gonna hurt you, because I need it to look good. These that are almost like I'm veteran Nikki Bella and you're up and coming. And I don't know if you like realize this with the wrestlers who are a little bit older. Sometimes they're either very arrogant or they go the opposite way and they're very humble to the point where they believe that all the younger talent, everyone cares about them and no one cares about them, which is how Nikki seems to. If you hear Nikki speak about the other wrestlers on her podcast, she doesn't speak about herself like she's one of the ones, but she is. So they almost don't want to hurt them and put a bad name on them because they're scared of what fans will say. So the match was good itself, but the punches were bad. Decent spots in this match, good wrestling match, good timing. The Devil's Kiss. There was part of Nikki went for the Devil's Kiss first, and Stephanie reversed it. There was a Devil's Kiss on the outside on the table, which looked brutal. I love that. I love the fact that Nikki just let herself get the move done to her instead of sometimes when people do the hand slap off the canvas, it looks cheap. She did that out there. I like the fact Stephanie got really like aggressive and then did it again in the ring after doing it on the outside. Think of what the move is. She's got your head between her legs. She's slamming your head off whatever surface is underneath. So to do that on the table and then go in the ring and do it again and then hit her with the move off the top rope. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. It was a little bit lackluster, but the match was good. It wasn't a bad match. But I don't think anyone cared about it. That's the thing. If you don't put stories in something, it's very hard for anyone to care about. I don't think anybody cared about it. So yeah. And move on from there to the men's War Games match. Oh my god, man. This is a hard one to take, man. This match was a bit. It just was a bit plain, and for all the stars you had in this match, honestly, once the entrances are done and the wrestling went, I mean, we started off strong. We started off with CM Punk and Bron Breakker, and to be fair, at least in this match, everybody knew all the opponents and knew their theme songs and all that stuff. There were spots in this match. I would say Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns looked the strongest in the match. There's some spots by Cody and Punk and Jimmy and Jay, and Bronson Reed hit everyone with a tsunami, which made him look a little bit strong. There's a lot of spears in this match. Because it was Roman's finishing first, and now Bron Breakker does a spear, and now Jey Uso does a spear, and now Jimmy Uso does a spear. So didn't really like it. There was a spear from Bron though, like where I think Jay hit the back of his head on the table, and the table broke. That was kind of cool. Brock Lesnar came in, dominated. We'll just spin it for you. Obviously, Brock Lesnar and Roman were the last one. We'll speak about when Brock Lesnar came in, by the way. I know a lot of people. I get why as well, because everyone's annoyed now. They're done with like Jey Uso and the yeeting and stuff like that. Same in it. Like I love Jay. I don't think there's anything wrong with the yeeting. All I've ever said is, do the big arena yeeting, save that for the PLEs, and then the other yeeting, just come out the entrance a little bit quicker, like that. So I think that on a regular Raw and SmackDown, you can come out the audience like the Shield used to, but don't yeet on the stairs in it. Just go straight through. Give one of the little kids your glasses. Get on the top rope, yeet, and then let's start the match. And then on the PLE, we can have the arena and the drone and all that stuff, because the reason why I don't like the fact that everyone's pissing like so mad at Jay all the time about it is it's not his choice, bro. I don't understand why people speak like they don't have managers and creators and all that stuff. Like they don't write these things, bro. If they tell Jay you're not coming out the crowd anymore, he can't come out the crowd. So he's just doing what he's doing, which brings me to the next point. I actually found this funny though. Normally it's annoying, but the fact that Jay came in, cleared house with the super kicks and all that stuff. I think if I'm correct, CM Punk had the steel chair in his hand. And then randomly, Jay turns to the camera Play my music. Yeah. Yeet. Ran it back. It's just me, Oos, day one ish, and he gets to the top of the cage and he's yeeting. I'm about to get bored, like, bro, allow it. And then this killed me, bro. I'm sorry, like, I don't care if it's stupid. This killed me, bro. Jay grabs onto the apparatus what holds up the cage, and he's holding it, and but then he just starts fucking going for it like he's on one of them, them mocking balls. He's just fucking going for it, and everyone's getting into it. And CM Punk's in the ring using the steel chairs as a fucking guitar. The one thing I will say is stupid. When you take yourself out of that, brother, it's fucking called War Games, bro. There ain't no time to be eating at all. Yeah, it's war. But what I liked about it was the timing, because once he started getting into it, Brock Lesnar's music went off. Now, the only thing I didn't like is, not that I didn't like it, but if you was going to do that with Jay, you should have Brock Lesnar run straight to the ring. Jay try and, like, I don't know, like Uso splash off the top of the cage to Brock. Brock should have caught him and F5'd him. That would have looked strong. He should have had, like, bad example, but when Randy Orton was climbing up the cage and then Great Khali came out and he waited there for like a fucking hour. But not that exact thing, but Jay should have been like, oh shit, it's Brock. And then there should have been some heels getting up. I can't get down. Brock comes in, clears house. Jay's the one left on the cage. Jay jumps on him. Brock F5s him. And then we can get on with the match from there. But I did like the fact. What did look cold, though? What did look cold, I have to say. Because first of all, the pop when Roman came out lets you know that even though Paul Levesque is doing his best to ruin Roman Reigns, he's still Roman motherfucking Reigns, bro. Because the pop was real. Everyone was acknowledging. The ones were up. I love the fact that when he bends the corner to go down the ramp, Brock Lesnar says, fuck it. And there's this face off where one's at the top of the ramp and one's at the bottom. And it's like, what you want to do, bro? What do you want to do? Roman says, fuck it. Brock says, fuck it. Superman punch. But then it switches around and then Brock starts clearing house. I liked it, man. Roman got in and done his thing. But as for that, rest of the match got shaky. Cameraman was off because I think at one point Cody got low blowed and no one saw it. The camera, it was all weird. I didn't understand what was going on. And then suddenly, this actually fucked up the whole match. The end was terrible. Suddenly, there's a masked figure climbing the cage. Now, let me just break some things down for you. War Games is no disqualification, obviously. This guy climbed over the cage like it was a secret. Like, oh my god, no one can see me, brother. You could have just went. He could have just went to the gate, to the fence opening, and pushed the referee out the way and just walked in there. That's one thing. Second of all, nobody knew who he was when he got in there, innit? So we're just gonna let some there's 10 beasts of men in that ring, and well, CM Punk, yeah. But you get my point. There's 10 athletes, maybe 9, in that ring, and you mean to tell me they all looked at a masked figure, which clearly, unless you're gonna tell me that the whole vision already knew that this person was gonna get into the ring. They didn't know who he was. CM Punk clearly didn't know because CM Punk was on his knees, paws, and he was looking all shocked and stuff. At first, I was like, "Oh, is it one of the things where Punk can see the guy's face and we can't?" But clearly not. He was masked up completely. And then he super kicks CM Punk. Then he curb stomps him. Everyone's screaming. It's clearly not Seth. I know it's not just me. It looks like it looks like Austin Theory. Just body type wise, Austin Theory's a big guy in it. Like it looked like that. It definitely wasn't Seth. And also, I don't know why anyone would think it was Seth when he literally doesn't have a title anymore because he's injured. So before I get it, but he doesn't have a title because he had to relinquish it. Why the fuck would he be in this match? And if he was Seth, why would he not go after Bron Breakker? Exactly. And Bronson Reed. So it's not that. The logic was lost on this match simply because interference in War Games is the dumbest thing when there's 10 men in the ring. What? How has the interference won this match? Please, somebody tell me how. Obviously, after that, Bron Breakker hits a man with a spear and picks up the victory. 1, 2, 3. You can see Cody in the background of the pin as well. Cody could have got up. Cody could have got up and stopped that pin, but he didn't. But it doesn't make sense for like Elimination Chamber. If somebody sneaks in there, sneaks a weapon in, safe. Hell in a Cell 1-on-1, somebody sneaks in to help you, safe. This match has 10. This is the equivalent of somebody coming in masked up into the Royal Rumble and helping you throw people out. Like, it doesn't require it, man. And it's also not a master plan by Paul Heyman or whoever. Because you basically, like, you got a Retribution member to climb in the ring. Like, I'm going to go with this is Austin Theory. If I'm wrong, I don't care. All of you lot can pretend like you care. But after tonight, you won't care. It'll be done. And then it's me, Austin. Because do you remember that Austin Theory did that on NXT, didn't he? When he was working with Johnny Gargano in the way. And then he did he put the it's me, Austin. It's me all along, Austin. He's just going to do the same thing again if it's him. It's the higher power, it's Austin. Well, first of all, it means everyone's going to do the fake thing, what everyone does, and pretends like they care about Austin Theory. But when he was in A-Town Down Under, none of you lot cared about him. I just liked A-Town Down, scream it out loud. I like that, and I liked him in the way, but let's not pretend, bro. Vince McMahon put him in position to be the guy. Triple H came in and ruined it. Austin Theory already beat John Cena at WrestleMania. So, I don't know what they were doing there. I don't know. But it doesn't make sense. Again, how would it make sense for Seth to send him in there to troll his group when his group won? That it would. What you're saying would only make sense is if Austin Theory super kicked Bron Breakker or Bronson Reed and then curb stuff. Like, why would you? You can't troll me by helping me to win. Well, do you not realize the team with Brock Lesnar on needed help by a masked Don? It's not. It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. Do I want to know who's the masked person? Yes. Am I intrigued? Oh my God, I can't wait to watch Raw. Hell no. Hell no. Because the best thing for them to do is not tell us who did it. The best thing for them to do is on Raw, mention it, do all this, but not tell us. I watched the post show, and Paul Heyman kept saying, I don't know who the masked man was. So what's the point? Seriously, what's the point of Paul Heyman revealing it on Raw when they asked him on the kickoff show and the post show, and he wouldn't tell them? It doesn't make any sense. And then you're telling me that the masked person knew perfectly at the right time to get into the ring to help. It's stupid. It's stupid. And this is the pinnacle of 2025 wrestling, that people think this is exciting. This is the worst ending to the War Games match in the men's one in history, bro. It's terrible. It was absolutely terrible. It stunk. It stunk. No, you don't care that Theory's back. Because when he was here, you didn't care about Theory when he was here, bro. You man are forgetting. I know you're in all the streets. None of you lot care about Theory, bro. All I care about is where is he? That's all I wanted to know. Where's Theory? Anything else, I don't know. You got Waller out here as part of the New Day doing up Cricket Wireless and Clash of Clans fucking adverts. You lot gotta stop lying. None of you lot care about Theory, bro. They were treating him as a jobber before he left. Ever since Vince McMahon put him in position to win stuff and he cashing in on random titles, bro, they've treated him rubbish. He's an athlete. The kid's an athlete. He's young. He looks great. That's it. They don't use him. And we're all just going to pretend that we're like, oh my God, I'm so glad that Austin Theory's back. Bro, we were glad that Rusev was back too, and we were glad that Aleister Black was back and nothing happened. We got to stop lying, man. We got to stop these. I'm happy for him if he's going to be used because he ain't seen him in time. But honestly, for the first part of him not being there, none of you's noticed. He just wasn't on TV. I remember it because I did a video and I was going through the ranking. I was going through the superstars, and I think they put him in the alumni section or something. I was like, it doesn't even make sense that he's over there. and he's not been active on social media, but everyone's just going to pretend all of a sudden that they care about Austin Theory. Part of the reason why he doesn't get used is because none of you like care about him. Now, don't get me wrong, you can go down the Karrion Kross route where you care too much and everyone, they go the other way, but let's not pretend, man. Yeah, honestly, I remember him saying it, man. Like, we just got, it's okay to be like, yo, okay, let's see what they're going to do with him, but let's not lie and pretend that we care like that. We don't, bro. We don't. Austin Theory's pinnacle of where he was before was months back. Exactly before A-Town Down on. You know, do you not remember that they won the tag team titles at WrestleMania, bro? They won the tag team titles in The Miz and R-Truth. That was WrestleMania 41, bro. Or 40. It was WrestleMania 40. You know how long ago that was? Nah, man. Everyone's got to stop lying, bro. Everyone's got to stop lying. And even with the, oh yeah, everyone wanted him to join the Vision. Guys, you have to be honest now. You have to be honest, bro. Because I know you like do the rumors and all that stuff. Everyone's got to stop pretending like they think for themselves, bro. Every time somebody pretends to me that they've thought about something, when months have gone by and I go online, I realize, oh, everyone's already talking about it. So it's not something you just thought about. You just got it offline. Yeah, we get it, man. Because everyone's like, oh, is there going to be another member to join the Vision? Austin Theory was missing, and he was used to team up with Seth Rollins. So maybe, come on, man. No, because the last time we saw him, he was him and A-Town. Oh, I'm not sure he's actually him and A-Town Down Under. Remember, they kept having arguments with each other. Then he got injured, but obviously, clearly, the injury's a myth, innit? Like he's not injured anymore. You guys are better than that, man. It's time to like critical thinking, guys, man. You can think for yourself, bro. Like all these lies and that. Because you know what? You want to know why I know that you lot don't care about Austin Theory? Because if I'm correct, the last time I saw him was not part of A-Town. They were putting him on what's that show called? Saturday Night Main Event. No, not Saturday Main. What's it called? Main Event. And I think that was in July, maybe, or August. Maybe July or August. He was fighting against Al Grande America. Yeah, I tell you why. It was about nah, bro. Don't get all sensitive, bro. Like, obviously, you're not here every week, innit? I'm talking to the rest of the Demon team, bro. Like, everyone's pretending like they're fans of Austin Theory, bro. But I'm just saying they're not. So I'm not talking. Like, if you're offended, clearly I'm not talking about you if you're a fan of him. But I'm telling you, I bet you didn't even know that he had that match against Al Grande Americano. I remember watching it because it come up on YouTube, and then there was another match with like who was it? It weren't Penta, it was somebody, but the match was great. It might have been Karrion Kross actually. It was on, yeah, it was Karrion Kross because there was on about how good the match was. And then before that, the main event was him and it might have been like a week before, 2 weeks before, something like that. Him and Grayson Waller versus the Viking Experience Raiders or whatever. But yeah, man, this is what happens in wrestling, bro. So like, hopefully, if it is him, they use him properly. But I'm just gonna put this out there, innit? I care about Kaiser more than Austin Theory over the last year or so. And I'm sure a lot of you guys care about uh Alistair Black and Rusev and Pete Dunne and Chad Gable. Because I like Chad Gable. But this is my point, bro. Like Austin Theory is in that list of those people, innit? He's below Chad Gable for me, actually. I don't trust WWE to do good stuff with it. Now, the only thing I'm confused about is, which to me shows that it's probably Shawn Michaels. When Austin Theory was being used a lot on NXT, when he was part of the Way, him, Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano, and Dexter Loomis, I thought it's okay, Triple H, but I think that might have been when Triple H was having his heart problem. So I always assumed that okay, Vince has left. Surely Triple H puts more emphasis on Austin Theory? Clearly not. Clearly not. So maybe it was just Shawn Michaels. Because funny enough, sending Austin Theory back to NXT is not a bad idea. I mean, now if it's him as the mask guy, whatever, bro. But can you imagine? Can you imagine if they don't? Imagine if we go to Raw and they do what I say and they don't reveal who the masked person is. I think, I think it's more intriguing. I think I'm sorry, like I know everyone wants to know who it is, but I actually think sending him to NXT is more intriguing. I think it's more intriguing because don't reveal who the masked person is. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Paul Heyman's done this before. When the Shield came in to help CM Punk against Ryback, Paul Heyman pretended that he didn't know who the Shield was as well for ages. He was like, "Oh, it's nothing to do with me. Like I don't know what's going on." So I'm not mad at it. And also, I disagree. I don't think Vince McMahon booked us. Vince McMahon didn't he give him the money, bro? No, actually, now I come to think of it, the booking changed when Triple H took over. Like that WrestleMania when it was like Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon and Austin and all that stuff and Austin Theory. That's when they were pushing Austin Theory still. And if I'm correct, the allegations for Vince McMahon came out after that, and it was WrestleMania 38, and then we had the rest of that. 39 was yeah. I don't know. The Southie gimmick weren't even bad. I know Tyler done it as well, but he was beating Jeff Hardy in that, if I'm correct. Come to think of it, he beat Jeff Hardy and all these people, bro. It's interesting. He's had an interesting career, actually. Let me check something, the road to WrestleMania, because I'm pretty sure when he was in the Royal Rumble, fighting Carmelo Hayes a few times. Where's that? Got it written down here. Saturday night main event against Cameron Grimes. That was time ago. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, 2023. Yeah, I thought so. Because him and Grayson Waller were together the whole of 2023, if I'm correct. Well, most of 2023. Because he was fighting Rey Mysterio for the title a few times as well. Yeah, man, I remember that. He's fighting Bobby Lashley. Yeah, he wasn't getting used on PLEs a lot though. Just from looking at this, he wasn't a lot of I don't know, because remember he beat because he beat the Seth as well when he had the US title. When he was the US champion, he beat Seth as well. I remember that. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, man, that's how that War Games match finished, and then obviously the heels went off, celebrated together. It was very weird. It's very weird to see people hold Brock Lesnar hold up people's arms as part of a group, because we have to be honest about something. Brock Lesnar was in that War Games match, but he wasn't part of a group. It was like the group was just there, and that was kind of it. So, you know what? Come to think of it, didn't Austin Theory win his title? He won the US title at Survivor Series, didn't he? 2022 when he beat Bobby Lashley and Seth in that triple threat match. That's when he won the title. I remember him grabbing the title and running off with it. Yeah, man. I remember he had that period in it where he beat them in the triple threat, and then he had the match with him and Matt Riddle, Bobby Lashley, and Seth in the Fatal 4-Way. They had the money in the yeah, man. Yeah, man. Interesting. Interesting. It's been an up and down career, man, but um yeah, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, triple threat with Bobby and we're good. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, to say Vince could have booked him bad in terms of you might not have enjoyed it, but he definitely booked him to succeed. He literally he, he booked him to beat John Cena. I don't know how can it be bad book. He booked him to beat John Cena. Remember, everyone was saying that like Austin Theory reminding them of the ruthless aggression John Cena, the prototype, and then he took that. Remember, they did that John Cena day, and they all took photographs dressed as John Cena. I was like, oh my god, Theory looks like Cena. He booked him to beat him. He made him beat John Cena, win the US title, made him the main guy. But then obviously the allegations came, and when the allegations came, because everyone's forgetting Vince didn't step down straight away. The allegations came, then Vince turned up on SmackDown that time, and he was on like everyone was bowing down to Vince. This is how you know everyone's scumbags, isn't it? Because everyone's bowing down to Vince when he turned up on SmackDown. But then NDAs got threatened and all that stuff. So yeah, interesting. Uh, 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 uh. Mm, 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 mm. Last Vince McMahon booked PLE. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I would like to ask, like, how do you know? Like honestly, how do you know? Because SummerSlam, well, obviously was in the summer. I'm just asking, how do you know? Because it weren't the original thing that Vince McMahon's still doing stuff from behind the scenes. But I don't know. It's always intriguing to me when people tell me that they know certain things when there weren't no WWE Unreal then to tell us when whatever was going on. Because if I'm correct, the reason why Stephanie stepped down in 2023 is because Vince wouldn't sell his shares. So no, 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 no. You're talking about on-screen stuff, bro. Like he didn't sell his shares until then. He didn't sell his shares till then. He actually only sold the other shares like last year. He got voted against. I think Stephanie and Triple H is one of the people who voted against, man. But you can't just like if you think that booking works that because someone said on screen that this person's left means that the booking stopped on that day. That's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. Does Cena have one or two more? John Cena has one more Saturday Night Main Event. He's had his last Raw, his last SmackDown. Last Raw was the one when he won the title. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. Uh, Honestly, that's irrelevant, bro. That's producing. Like, you lot are not listening to me. I'm not gonna keep getting into this, bro. Like, if whatever, innit? Mm, 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 mm. What time is it? Mm, 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 mm. Yeep. Sorry, guys. Get this off the screen, man. Yeah, Morris, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, you already know in it. I told you this before. I try not to say certain things. So are you satisfied with the reported WrestleMania 42 event, Savage? I haven't read. I mean, I don't know if anyone listens. I don't do whatever's reported. I don't know. I'm not even trying to read it. So, um, do me a favor, guys. Don't be trying to tell me anything in it. I've told you lot already. Like, I'm not trying to hear any rumors and all that stuff because it just ruins the way I think about wrestling going forward. So two things happen everyone who's been part of the channel for a long time knows I don't do rumors and spoilers. But there's two things that can happen to me if I find out something. Either one, I start anticipating something being good and it's terrible, or it just doesn't happen. Or two, I think it sounds shit, and then I start getting all irate about it, and then it doesn't happen, and then I'm like, so I just ended up like losing my mind for no reason. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the last time, which wasn't rumors or spoilers at the time, because couldn't do anything about it. It was the biggest talking point in wrestling. The Rock and Roman thing didn't happen. It pissed me off. It pissed me off for ages, and the whole time was what I was watching the Rock show and stuff like that, and they're dropping Easter eggs and all that business. So I thought was getting Roman versus the Rock. Cody Rhodes even came out to the Rock, and then he's like, "Yeah." The Rock's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just fight Roman." He's like, "Yeah." Then he done the sad face. Then it went tits up in it. So, um, they should be smart about what they're doing, though. WWE. I'm not. To be fair, though, like for you like that, like the spoilers and all that stuff. I'm not against you like liking it. I just respect my wishes and don't tell me in it. Only because I want to just. I wrestling is dark enough at the moment. It's not been very good. So let me just enjoy the little remnants of surprises I can get. Because I honestly don't understand. I'm not saying anyone's wrong. I don't understand how you lot can read a spoiler that's almost it's come from a good source and all that, and then come into a pay-per-view, and then when the music goes off and that, you can't have the same feeling as me. It's impossible because I literally don't know anything. Obviously, there's been stuff before where, but I always think that people are lying anyway. And but blah blah is in. For example, when AEW was in Chicago, bro. Obviously, I didn't even need to read any spoilers, but I'm like, CM Punk might come back in it. CM Punk might be whatever. And then I think at the time there's like CM Punk's been. This made me laugh though. Somebody sent me a DM like CM Punk's been spotted in Chicago, Savage. So obviously I sent them a DM back saying the motherfucker lives in Chicago, bro. what, what do you mean he's been spotted? Yeah, he lives in Chicago. So when the thingy happens now, and then I'm like, oh shit, you get me? That's it, man. Actually, that was for WWE been spotted, and I'm like, yeah, I don't mind, but like it's WWE that said he's been spotted. So, um, Bill Morris said there shouldn't be spoilers in WWE anyway. I mean, the worst thing is Morris, and this is one thing I do understand why people read into it, and it's very hard for me as well because obviously I do news stories on WWE sometimes, so they come from the same sources in it. So I have somebody who sends me the news sources and then tells me to leave certain things out. But if WWE was good enough, for the people that always argue with me, because I think someone just said in the chat, I'm not arguing with this person in the chat, by the way, but I just caught it out the corner of my eye. I think they said something like, of course, oh yeah, big up kids. He said, of course you hate always, you're not happy, then why you watching WWE? I'm going to answer this as a proper question and take it as you're not trolling me. First of all, let me just make sure I get this right. Okay. First of all, I don't hate. So I don't know what you mean by hate. I mean, if I don't hate because clearly you like just watched me do a whole review and I didn't shoot everything down. I literally said Nikki and Stephanie Vakir was a good match, decent. Told about the spots. I said Dominic and John Cena was good, decent, and I said the two War Games matches were trash. That's 50%. That's not hate, bro. That's not hate. Because you people have this intense thing about wrestling. But if I said the same thing about a movie that you didn't like, none of you lot would care. So just let me live on it. It's not bothering you. In fact, let's be honest about something here. There's literally wrestling channels dedicated to just moaning about WWE 100%. They're literally dedicated to moaning about. They can call themselves reviewers and critics and all that, but they're literally dedicated to moaning about absolutely everything. Every one of my thumbnails don't say WWE shit unless the show is rubbish. But I have over 1,000 videos on my channel, and most of them are positive about WWE, and most of the reactions are positive about WWE. So it's not hate. And then you said, "Why are you watching?" That question could go to you, though. If you think that I'm always hating, then why are you watching me? Is the real question, isn't it? Why would you want your spirits to be brought down? Why would you want someone to be negative about something that you liked and you continue watching it? Exactly. It's the same thing, isn't it? Maybe you're hoping that I'm going to say something good. That's the same reason I watch WWE. It's a habit. I've been watching it since I was a little kid. Yeah. Since I was a tiny kid, 30 years now. And I just like WWE. Some of my favorite wrestlers are still there. I love Roman Reigns. I love the Uso. Like, I love Brock Lesnar. My favorite wrestlers, a lot of them are still there. It's what I watch in it. Just like football, basketball. That's how it is. It's a sport, bro. This is like in regular sport. When your team keeps losing, you still support your team, don't you? So I support WWE because I want them to be better. And I have people in WWE that I know. I have people who work for WWE that I know. I literally have a contract with Fanatics for WWE. So clearly I'm not a hater because if I've done the right thing, I'll just say positive stuff and get paid more. I'm not a hater about WWE, bro. At all. At all. I've turned down certain things just because I don't want to come across fake in it. Because I've been moaning about certain things and all that business. So that's why I said, man, I literally don't do videos on stuff that people have told me. But when I tell you that certain things happen in WWE, it's because I know direct from the source, bro. You know what I mean? So Unreal doesn't spoil anything. It just shows the creative process with the writers. It does spoil some stuff. It doesn't do the initial spoiler of what a real spoiler is, but it does spoil some stuff for people. And again, Seth Rollins said him. I just watched the podcast 2-3 days ago. Seth Rollins himself said that he doesn't really like it because he said there's, even though it's a new era where people know a lot of stuff online, there's still an intrigue. There's still a little thing that people don't know. My problem is not regular kayfabe anymore because people don't stick to it. Dominic does a lot of the times. You know what I mean? Bray Wyatt did, and he's a lot of people's favorites. My problem isn't full kayfabe. Like, obviously, I know when I was a little kid, I wouldn't have thought that Austin and The Rock were friends on it or whatever. I'm not mad at that because in movies that happens in it, like I know that Josh Brolin, who's Thanos, and Robert Downey Jr. are friends, but in the movie he killed him, bro. But the part is what Seth was on about is stuff like we know that it's wrestling, but Seth and CM Punk have been running around since before CM Punk came back, talking about how much they hate each other, bro. Every time talking about how much they hate each other. So now if you see Seth and Punk behind the scenes having a laugh with each other, you're like, raw. Like, we just thought that you're doing your job, but you don't like each other. Now it's like you're just talking shit. It ruins it a little bit. It ruins it a little bit. So it's a bit of a mad one, and it's unfair as well because some fans try and police other fans. There's fans out there that still want to believe a lot of things. Let them believe it, bro. I don't understand why everyone has to be smart and try and ruin it for somebody else. That's the whole reason why I had this on my channel. If I don't want a spoiler on something, what I don't understand why someone needs to tell me. Just keep it to yourself, innit? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just those little things, them little, because at least then when you watch a match and they're being aggressive with each other, you're like, yeah, okay. Like, even though it's this, really, you know what I mean? So same for some Jade and Naomi acted like they really hated each other on Twitter. Yeah, I like that. See that with Jade and Naomi. Every day I was checking Naomi's tweets because she was just dissing Jade. And she was saying stuff like, say it was Jade's birthday. She was like, and she I think she'd done a video as well of putting like razor blades into a cake. She's like, happy birthday, bitch. Hope you received this cake. I love that shit. Because one thing I don't get from wrestlers is you can have unlimited amounts of Instagrams and Twitters and all that stuff. I don't understand why they don't just have two separate ones. Seriously, like, I don't understand why they don't have a private burner one, what you can't get into unless they accept somebody, and then one for the fans as your character. Because if you have one as your character, you can start selling little stories and then doing stuff. That I liked when Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre was doing it, Kevin Owens was doing it, Mustafa Ali was doing it when he went to TNA. Like, start building and selling stories on there. So nah, Morris, that's the problem. They didn't look like they was doing too much, and the show stinks, bro. So it might tell you that they don't do much, honestly. Because what we saw is, all right, guys, we got the Royal Rumble coming up, guys. It's time to game. We got Royal Rumble coming up. Any ideas? And everyone was like, yeah, got CM Punk for the win. CM Punk for the win. Who you got? CM Punk for the win. What about you, John, at the back? Billy Bob, who you got? CM Punk. And then Triple H said, I'm going to strap the rocket on Jay. I got Jay winning the Rumble. That's what happened, bro. That's what happened. Funny enough, season 2 is going to be worse than because season 1 had intrigue because everyone wanted to know what was going on with Elimination Chamber and the John Cena heel turn and stuff. The problem was Triple H in that documentary made the John Cena heel turn sound like it was some big FBI operation sting. First of all, right, I had to call Pritchard and Pritchard called blah blah, and then we had to let Cena know. Brother, you had a group chat, you messaged each other. Stop lying, bro. Allow it. Allow it, man. Yeah, that was the good thing about Karrion Kross's tweets, bro. Bray Wyatt was the best at it, man. Which is why it gets me, because Bray Wyatt loved it and kept doing that as well. When he was doing the Firefly Funhouse, this geezer was going on weather shows and that as Bray. You know what I mean? I don't remember seeing him as Wyndham too much. But the reason why Unreal number 2 is going to be shit, but it might be more funny, is because this is honestly, and I am not over exaggerating. I'm not trying to rage bait. This isn't the worst year of WWE I've ever seen, but it is up there as one of the worst years in WWE. Based on, we are in November now, and there's one Saturday night main event left, and a couple of SmackDowns and Raws. This is the worst year, bro. I've had bad. I've seen bad years but I've never seen a year with this many bad pay-per-views, bro. Because the year before, I remember, I know everyone has short memory, leading up to WrestleMania 40 as well. The thing wasn't everyone moaning. Everyone was saying, okay, Raw and SmackDown's. Because you do remember that before WrestleMania 40, SmackDown was the show what was the better show because the Bloodline was on it. So every week, everyone was just looking forward to SmackDown. SmackDown was getting like 2 million viewers and that. And Raw was shit. And everyone was like, as long as Roman and the Bloodlines on there were good, Sammy Uso and all that were good. That was it. Tribal Court, all of that. As soon as that left, the build up to WrestleMania 40 was actually shit. Like The Rock and Cody and all that stuff was pretty decent. But nah, man, it's the worst. It's the worst year. This is the worst year since 2000. See, I'll be honest, bro, and I'm not. It's obviously all opinions. I think 2018 was better than this year. I'm not going to count COVID though. COVID's not fair. I won't count COVID on any of them. I know like 2020. Yeah. All that WrestleMania when they did the back-to-back same WrestleManias with the pirate ship and all that stuff. But yeah, Raw leading up to WrestleMania 40, there was about 6 weeks of good TV. And that's because The Rock was there. Everything else was shit. Like, people forget about the Sami Zayn and Gunter and all that around it. Trash, bro. There's trash the way they treated Bobby and the Street Profits and all that trash, blood. 2018 pay-per-views. Nah, like, I don't know. This year's been bad. Like we said at the beginning of this show today, I can count 3 pay-per-views that were good this year. 3 of them. 3 of them. And if I'm being kind, I can add 4 because to be fair to me, like Royal Rumble wasn't shit. Like when I was watching Royal Rumble, I had fun watching it. But and I liked Elimination Chamber. Bad Blood was weird when The Rock turned up and was counting shit down. But and then one of the Crown Jewels was decent as well. But Women's Evolution was good. Women's Evolution was good. So I didn't mind that, to be fair. But 2018 was WrestleMania 34 was 2018. That was Nakamura and AJ, Charlotte and Oscar, Undertaker and John Cena. I don't know. I didn't hate 2018. The WrestleMania itself, if you're talking about just WrestleMania, then I hear it. But WrestleMania, the year leading up to it, because that was New Orleans, isn't it? Yeah, the year leading up to it, I didn't mind. If I'm correct, that was Matt Hardy and oh yeah, Bray Wyatt, Woken Bray Wyatt came back, Matt Hardy, the Mustafa Ali and Cedric, was it? Naomi won the Battle Royal. Nah, because that had Finn Balor. Yeah. That had Finn Balor, Seth, and The Miz on it. Triple threat match. That tag team was cold. That tag team was gold. Charlotte and Oscar, Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton and Bobby Roode and Rusev in a fatal four way. That was Ronda's first WrestleMania with Kurt Angle and Triple H and Stephanie. The Usos fought against the what they call the Bludgeon Brothers and the New Day. Daniel Bryan's and Kevin Owens. Oh no. Was it Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens? Daniel Bryan and no, it's Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and then Nia and Alexa. Because Nia and Alexa was doing the bullying gimmick in it, and then AJ Styles, Nakamura, and if I'm correct, oh, didn't ain't thingy Nicholas won the title there, innit? And Nicholas win the tag team titles with Braun Strowman, and then Brock Lesnar versus Roman. So, but the WrestleMania itself, yeah, that WrestleMania was like 7 hours, man. It was the longest shit. The whole thing was like like 5 hours show, 2 hours kickoff show is long, bro. Nakamura and AJ was disappointing as well. Just kept low blowing each other. But Women's Evolution this year was great. Yeah. Women's Evolution was dope, man. I ain't even mad at it still. But yeah. Anyway, end of that War Games match. Masked. The heels win. And then we get this weird moment for about 5 minutes where all the music goes, Clash in Paris. All the music goes low. The crowd's quiet. And then Roman Reigns walks over to CM Punk and he just stares at him on the floor. CM Punk puts hands out. Roman, it's a weird thing because Roman gives some acknowledgement to CM Punk as in like, you got my respect, and he helps him up. And then CM Punk kind of looks at Roman and is like, yo, do we help Cody up? And he goes to help Cody up and get his hand down. And Cody just jumps up out of nowhere in Roman's face. And then Roman looks disrespected by it. And then he goes to walk off. Then he turns back and looks at Cody and is like, yeah, just know this is the last time we're ever teaming together. Like ever. And Cody's all aggressive. And then Roman smiles and walks off. And then Lee Fitting and fucking Paul Levesque come on the screen. I don't understand what happened there. It was the weirdest thing. I don't give a damn listen to me. WWE, do yourself a favor, innit? Do yourself a favor and do not book Roman Reigns versus Cody free. Do not. It's too close together, man. It's too. Don't tell me the last time Roman Reigns he lost his title. Doesn't that mean that the last three Roman Reigns, the last three singles matches that God damn it, the last WrestleMania matches that Roman's had as a single competitor was all Cody Rhodes. It was all Cody Rhodes. Am I correct? WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 40, and now you're gonna tell me WrestleMania 42? Nah, allow it, bro. Allow it, man. We had The Rock and Austin over years, bro. Even Brock Lesnar and Roman was over more years than that. Fucking hell, bro. Like, tell us that your creative was bad without telling us it was bad, man. I don't need that, bro. Hollywood and I mean the triple threat match is not really singles on its own, but no, I said singles match. Singles match. Triple threat's not a singles match. Damn. Damn. I'm not trying to see that again at all. At all. And now you got like singles match. And now you got like 4 months leading up to Mania or something like that. Fuck that, bro. 4 months when you know Roman's not going to be there every weekend. Like, and then you got Roman's going to. He's the chaser of the title now. He's not even the hunted. No, I'm not trying to see that. But anyway, big up the chat. We've been here long enough, but yeah, just wanted to break down War Games, man. So bad. So bad. You can't have a card with 4 matches on it and they're all not good. Like, have a card with 7 matches on it and then have 4 good ones at least. Don't have a card with 4 matches on it and have 1 good match, 1 decent match, and 2 shit ones. And the 2 shit ones are the gimmick of the whole thing. That's like having 2 bad Elimination Chamber matches or 2 bad Royal Rumbles, which we did have, like, not this year, the year before. The men's one was trash. But anyway, love for the love. You lot going to enjoy the rest of your day. I got a lot of work to get on with still, actually, so it should be intriguing. I'll be back tomorrow with the Raw. Hold on a minute, actually. Tuesday. If I do the Raw review tomorrow, it's gonna have to be early before midday because I got so much to do. I just realized that. But yeah, look forward to it anyway. Hope all of you lot take care of yourself, and yeah, man, it's one of them ones. WWE.